Today I'm going to show you some of the options for getting high gain sounds from the Line 6 HX effects when running into a totally clean amp. The principle I'll be highlighting is gain stacking, i.e. running multiple gain stages in series. The amp I'm using is a DV Mark Jazz 12. This is a solid state amp which is designed to be completely clean with no distortion at all. It is perfect for demonstrating this concept, but is definitely a little darker sounding than many amps, so you may have to adjust the tone settings from those that I'm using. With a suitable impulse response, you could potentially use these tones direct into a mixer or PA, but again some EQ adjustment will be needed. See the link on screen and in the description for more information on impulse responses. There are two distortion models in the HX in particular that are quite amp-like, so what we are going to do is treat them as an amp in the signal chain. These two models are the Legendary Drive and the Valve Driver. Starting with the Legendary Drive, here is the signal path for a preset I created earlier. So we have a spring reverb at the end of the chain, immediately preceded by an analog delay. And then before these two ambient effects, we have the Legendary Drive model. Here's a comparison between the amp clean and with the Legendary Drive. I've turned the gain down so that the sound will clean up when rolling your guitar volume off. Effectively, I've created a block with an amp in the early stages of breakup. Now we can run our distortion pedals of choice into this to create a heavier sound or a more lead-like tone, making sure that they come earlier in the signal chain. I've gone for a Tube Screamer, Scream 808. And a fuzz pedal, in this case the Pocket Fuzz model. You can obviously choose your favourite distortion pedals here instead. Here's a variation on this principle, but using 3 gain models instead. I'm using the Valve Driver as the basic amp with even lower gain. Immediately before this, I'm using the Timmer overdrive to give a more distorted rhythm sound. And before the Timmer, I'm using a Stupa OD, which is modelled on a Boss Super Overdrive, for lead tones. And you can use all 3 on at the same time for a more saturated sound. So we can see that even into a totally clean amp that isn't designed for rock playing, when using the HX effects we can get some very usable high gain sounds.